Hey, what's up, guys? Finally released the trailer for the PS5, and they've been releasing stuff over the past couple of weeks for the Xbox One. And I don't know. I wanted to just share some thoughts about it because I don't know if I'm the only one, but like, it's not that it feels bare bones, but it feels as if both presentations, more specifically Xbox, were missing the it factor for me. I like maybe it's the lack of multiplayer games or what. And this is not me saying there weren't good games. Deathloop, Demon Souls, and those are all going to be Horizon Zero Dawn. Those are all unquestionably going to be amazing games. But back in, I don't know, it just feels like it's missing the hype. Maybe it's because I'm worried about the price too, because they haven't even announced the price yet because they're planning to undercut each other. But the more I watch the trailers and stuff, I'm like, yeah, these games are gorgeous, and finally they're finally giving money to indie companies and obscure ideas instead of just AAA massive productions. But like, I don't know, it's missing the pure hype factor for me. More so Xbox. Like, I don't think Microsoft has announced a single reason to buy an Xbox yet. Like maybe Halo Infinite, but they didn't release any gameplay on that. Like, have they released any games for the Xbox One, or did they just release that hype trailer of them just talking at the screen obscurely and just jerking themselves off about how much power this console has? Like, who cares if this console has so much power if there's no games to play on it, no exclusives, you know? And the Xbox One presentation just failed, failed. And honestly, it just looks like an ugly console, uglier than the Xbox One. And like, where am I gonna just put this tower? It already looks like it overheats. It looks like it overheats. Maybe I'm still a little salty from buying the PS4 PS4 and Xbox One pretty close to release, and realizing that these companies didn't put any money into having anything interesting on the console. Maybe I'm a little bit salty about that, but like, I've been debating for a while to just save money, just save the freaking money and get a PC, you know? And if the Xbox One doesn't really pitch any cool games, or I don't know, like, I just feel like they're just lacking overall, like, in any reason whatsoever. Maybe they know that they're lacking, but they, how do you announce a console without any games? And honestly, I feel like this release, no one's giving them shit for this release trailer for the Xbox One because like there's no E3. And last year when they released the Xbox One, it was a complete bash fest because they just talked about how innovative it was for television. Remember when Steven Spielberg was making that Halo TV show that no one remembers and stuff? Like, I honestly think this Xbox might be a kind of a failure, you know? And Gears of War isn't as hype as it used to be. The last Gears of War was pretty good, but I'm trying to stretch my mind to even think of an exclusive or a reason to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna pick the Xbox One over PS4. Other than my achievements, the achievements are the only thing I give a shit about. But other than that, there's no Halo, but that's on PC now, you know. And I feel like PlayStation's already like way ahead in the console war, and they haven't even released the console yet. It looks better, even though it looks like a fucking router. It looks better. It has more style. The controller looks more comfortable, and from the get go, they've been releasing exclusives trailers, exclusive gameplay. Like, I'm pretty sure like every day this week they've released some sort of gameplay trailer, and Xbox has done nothing, nothing with their time. Like, during this time, PS5 has done nothing but just put Xbox Series X or whatever, Project Scorpio, against the ropes and just batter the shit out of it. Like, I don't even know how Microsoft can sit quietly and let this happen. Maybe they want the Xbox to fail. Maybe they want the Xbox to fail. But I I I just I'm struggling to find a reason to stay with Xbox, or just stay with consoles in general. And like I said, there's a lot of exclusives for the PS5 and stuff, but none of them really have that it factor for me. I loved Horizon Zero Dawn, but it wasn't, to me personally. I can see why other people fell in love with the game, but to me personally, it didn't. I didn't fall in love with it like I fell in love with Skyrim or Oblivion or any of those games or Fallout. And I know I'm specifically just talking even The Witcher. You know, like I just don't see myself falling as maybe the only game I am really looking forward to is Devil Inside and that cat game because it's about time we got a cat game and stuff. And like this is more of a bash on Xbox One. I have a lot more faith in the PS5 because Sony realizes how much money's in exclusives and just absorbing content, even if it's not good content. At least it's content that the Xbox One or Xbox Series X or whatever won't have. But like this is just more of a bash on Xbox because they have done nothing. They have done nothing, and like what's good? I'm trying to figure out a way that they could pull themselves out of the water, and their backup character, the company that's supposed to back them up, EA, is making a Star Wars Squadron game in the new Battlefront that you know that they're just going to butcher with microtransactions. They'll say there's no microtransactions in it, but there'll be microtransactions, 100%, 100%. They're just going to change the dialogue again, say they're surprise mechanics. And worst of all, they're spending all this time talking about how powerful this console is. It's honestly cringy every time they release one of these consoles and they talk about just that's all they talk about is how powerful this console is. Like, just think about how much time it took just to even get anything decent on the Xbox One and PS4. It took at least a year and a half, 2 years before anything decent or a consistent amount of games actually came out on the new consoles. And PS5 is definitely rectifying this, like I said, better than Xbox One. But it's just cringy when they talk about how powerful this console is when there's nothing gonna be nothing to play on it at release that other than shit that I already own, you know? And at that point, just buy a PC. Just buy a PC. And like this is not without saying I do have concerns for the PS5, like the new Spider-Man game. I think a lot of people are really hyped for that game, but I think the hype might be misguided because to me when I watched that trailer, I my first thought was, did the Spider-Man game not come out that long ago? And it looks like DLC. And in my opinion, it was probably a DLC, and they're choosing to release it as a full game. So I'm a little skeptical about the Spider-Man game, even though I fucking loved the first one and I want a sequel to that game. I'm kind of skeptical about it, and this leads me to the biggest factor in what is going to determine what console I buy. And so far it's just PS5 all the way, Team PS5 all the way. With the style of the console, the controller, and all the game trailers that released, it's Team PS5 all the way. I couldn't give less of a shit about how powerful the Xbox is, and it really disappoints me that Xbox is. It seems like they're taking a lazier approach, or in their terms, a safer approach. But honestly, the biggest determination is the price point. Where is the price point with these consoles gonna lie? Because if it's over a certain amount of money, like how much are you guys willing to pay for a new console? I'm not willing to pay $1,000 for a new console. I doubt it will be that high, but if it passes a certain point, like I said, it's just gonna turn me off to the whole idea, and I might just for once actually get a PC. I've been saying it for years, and maybe this is the determining factor now. But I hope the price points aren't crazy, and I hope Xbox turns it around and starts releasing games. I'm sure they will, but release something interesting. Get the fire going in me. But anyways, see ya.